We bought two of these Next Power X dual suspension bikes solely for the purpose of cutting them up. So these were about $90 at Walmart, and I'm in the process of cutting these cranks out. This will actually serve as the rear end of our trikes. Not with this tire, but we're going to have these rear ends with the suspension routed to our trikes. So that makes them a lot simpler and a lot easier to build. Alright guys, we got this bike cut in half now, so here's the front end and the rear. And as you can see, I left these on here so I could weld that on to the trike. And right there is the pivot point. Now I just need to clear some of the old shifters and the old V-brakes and everything off of here, and then I can keep working on the frame. Alright guys, it's been about an hour, and I have everything I need here. Got my rear forks all simplified. Just get that. I left the derailleur guard on there because I like that. And pivot is right here. And as you can see, I've grinded it down. It used to have little things sticking off of it, and I took that out. And over here, I've already cut a fish mouth cut in this steel tube, and it actually fits right on to that. Hey guys, it's been about 2 hours in the shop now, and I am about to do my first weld on the new trike. And what I've come up with, since this piece here, up here is the pivot point, and this is fixed. This entire piece here is fixed, and because it's at an upward angle, we want the base of our trike to be lower to the ground. So I'm gonna weld a piece on here that'll give it some length. We can angle it down, and then we're gonna weld another pipe that'll be here, and then our pedals are gonna go up. Now I don't have any measurements here, but we're just gonna figure it out as we go along. So we have our MIG welder here, quite large, very, very large. And here's our piece. Right now it's just sitting inside, ready to be welded. And here's the spring. Alright guys, here you can see I'm figuring out my rear configuration. This tube right here, it pivots on there, up and down like that. And I have it angled down since that other little piece there is angled up. So I'm going to compensate for that and lower it down a bit. And what I've done here, so I measured out what I want to be cut out of this, and that will be welded onto that tube, and it will extend out, and that will be the bottom of the trike. From the bottom of the trike, the backrest is going to come from up here. That's going to go down and meet it. So this tube here will be going that way, and our backrest is going to come down and attach to there and meet it somewhere about there. Also from that point, probably going to have a support from there to the backrest. We'll see how it goes. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I've been cutting my steel with a large bandsaw, and I'm just going to show you for that line I just made. I set it up in here. It's going to cut right along that line. All I have to do is lift it up a little bit. All I have to do is turn it on, open the valve a bit so it can start to move. Now all we have to do is go do whatever we need to do while that's cutting, and then come back once you hear it stop. It's really convenient. And as you can see, this piece here comes up at an angle. So to combat that, I put a tube going down. Oh, it's still warm. A down tube to get it level with the ground and make it a little bit lower. And from this here, tomorrow, probably roll the seat back. Hi guys, today's Trike 2, day 2. As you can see, this is where we left off yesterday, and I just threw on my the wheel from the first trike back on here. Looks real nice with the black spokes and the slick Primo comments. And what I'm doing now is I was measuring where I want my butt to come to on here, and I figured it would be about a 45-degree angle seat. And what I'm doing right now is I just cut out the seat, the bar for it, and now I'm about to get these two tabs here ready to be welded onto the seat frame once it is in place. Hey guys, still Trike 2, day 2. Here's what we have so far, with the exception this piece here is about to be welded into place. I stood on it, bounced around a little bit. It's pretty stiff suspension, but that's a very good thing considering we really want to keep it as stiff as possible for speed. And then for it to we only want the back wheel to come up in case of big bumps. So I'm about to weld the support in here to keep these two pipes from bending out. Like this will hold them together. And yeah, so here's our backrest, and this is the spine of our new Velomobile. All right, guys, Trike 2, day 2. And this is what we have so far. Our rear end is attached to our seat back there. It's got a support right in here.